hatred, slut shaming. When you shoot on YouTube and Instagram, both the places, it's very.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Parvi. So I'm very excited यार क्योंकि ये मेरा second episode है and second video है actually. This is my first episode with Parvi.
First podcast.
First podcast actually जब हम दो लोग बैठ के बात कर रहे हैं.
And I know that you wanted to do this from a really long time,
God.
like
from
a year or so.
More than a year, I guess. हम खारकर में मिले थे ना तब
And
मैंने
you
बात
were
की
like,
थी.
I want to start my own podcast. I'm
Yeah.
procrastinating. And
हाँ, I was. But ठीक है. Let me introduce you to Parvi. I think most of you guys who are watching this already know you. But ठीक है, हम दोनों actually एक दूसरे को बहुत पहले से जानते हैं. जब ये छोटी सी बच्ची थी 8th standard में. और
just entered my teenage.
Yes, and I was in 10th standard. तो तब एक ऐसा कुछ incident हुआ था. We encountered each other and
That will let you guys know.
oh, yeah, it was intense.
Yeah.
And it was horrible actually.
Yeah.
Which we'll let you know later on. So this is her. Okay. So I think we should start from the incident that we have been talking about and. तो तुम्हें लगता है ना अगर being pretty is a really great thing and everything, so the story is about those people. It was I think 8th standard की बात है and Parvi was like भाई मैं बाल खोल देती हूँ. So Parvi was like a little बच्चा, like really small
Just
बच्चा.
entered my teenage.
Yeah, and I was in my 10th standard. So it was Teachers Day and हम लोगों को दूसरों के छोटे क्लास में जाके हम लोगों को उनको पढ़ाना था, basically मस्ती करानी थी. And so I got Parvi's class. And then we play this fishbowl game जिसमें सब लोग अपना confession डालते हैं bowl में.
Usually it is anonymous.
Yes. Which is so bad. But फिर उसके बाद हम लोग वहाँ पे गए थे then तो मुझे ऐसा लगा था कि she would like it was most of them actually wrote about Parvi and it was not pleasant.
It was not pleasant. It was terrific.
Yeah, because सबने Parvi के बारे में लिखा तो है but none of them were like love or affection.
Confessions, nothing like that. It was hatred, slut shaming, and like how they don't like me. And those were the people like जो मेरे classmates थे.
उसके साथ उठते बैठते थे.
हाँ, exactly. And I
That was bad actually.
Yeah, I know, but firstly, this is very funny that I didn't even know कि game में ऐसा होने वाला है, and like I thought it's like a normal confession and people would like confess good things, and I don't remember what I wrote, but I remember that I wrote something good about somebody. And it was so funny that I got so many like bashing comments.
Yeah,
and
especially it was slut shaming. That
yeah.
was,
And
just because she's pretty, people assumed that just because she gets a lot of male attention, she's good.
which I won't deny कि मुझे starting से ही मिला है. Like I
So-
got a lot of male attention from the very beginning.
पर फिर भी तुम सिंगल हो.
So
that's the other story
Yeah.
है. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि just because you're pretty, your childhood or your everything was pretty in your life.
Yeah, it's like pretty privileged people think it also comes with a lot of drawbacks, I would
Yeah,
say.
it does. So she was crying in her corner and
yeah,
then
I remember because see it was मतलब मैंने वो बिल्कुल भी expect नहीं किया था, and from those people जिनके साथ मैं हमेशा उठती बैठती हूँ जो मेरे classmates थे, like I didn't know that those are my enemies or you know ऐसा कि ये लोग मुझे hate करते हैं, because I used to love them and like not love but basically मतलब मेरा ऐसा कुछ था ही नहीं कि मुझे किसी के लिए hatred थी. तो ऐसा होता है ना कि यार मैंने तो इनका कुछ बिगाड़ा नहीं, then why do these people hate me?
हाँ, मतलब
that was the
yeah.
question. I used to self doubt my own self कि यार मैंने इनके साथ ऐसा क्या किया है.
so pretty privilege. So yeah, that's like I think that's the reason you keep saying, like she keeps saying कि उसका college life was much better than her.
Yeah, because 9th and 10th were like two very horrifying years of my life. उस टाइम पे पीपल मतलब लोग इतना से बात नहीं करते थे अबाउट मेंटल हेल्थ एंड एंजाइटी, बट नाउ दैट आई एम अवेयर ऑफ इट, वो टाइम पे मुझे पता भी नहीं था कि व्हाट एंजाइटी इज एक्चुअली, लाइक द टर्म एंजाइटी, बट आई नाउ कैन से दैट आई यूज्ड टू like I was going through like anxiety, and that was like the peak anxiety I would have ever had in my life. Now I can say that because I still remember that I used to find ways कि मैं क्या बहाने दूँ और स्कूल ना जाऊँ, बिकॉज
That's
मुझे
so sad.
एंड स्कूल जाके भी आई यूज टू यू नो लाइक मैं कैसे ना कैसे सोच रही थी कि यू नो हाउ कैन आई बंक दिस लेक्चर और हाउ कैन आई जस्ट नॉट बी इन माई क्लास, एंड जब भी लाइक यू नो मुझे टाइम मिलता था, लाइक आई ईदर यूज टू लाइक हैंग आउट विद अ फ्यू गाय फ्रेंड्स दैट आई हैड इन माई क्लास, जो ग्रुप ऑफ लाइक 3-4 फ्रेंड्स दैट आई हैड, एंड मेरा वो टाइम पे मेजरली ट्रस्ट इशूज बहुत ज़्यादा थे विद फीमेल फ्रेंडशिप्स, बिकॉज आई न्यू दैट अ लॉट ऑफ गर्ल्स in my class didn't like me, and yeah, you know, they used to actually bitch about me, which I got to know, and मतलब मुझे वो टाइम से पता चलने लग गया कि you know these people actually don't like me and they bitch about me and la la la. But then the thing was कि now when I think of all of those things, I'm very happy where I am right now.
Oh, bye. Yeah.
And my college days were amazing. And उसके बाद से like as I told you कि मुझे female friendships से बहुत trust issues हो गए थे.
Yeah.
Then slowly college में आके I met better girls, like girls that I can trust.
Yeah,
and
less
know,
insecure people.
Yeah, less insecure people who can like I can genuinely trust them, and you know there's no jealousy or competition, you know, all of that. So I have a few female friends now. But हाँ ये था मेरा
School was
School
like
वाला,
horrible
हाँ,
because
very.
so this is like for those people who think कि भाई सुंदर है तो तुझे तो बहुत लड़के पसंद करते होंगे, तेरे तो बहुत attention होते होंगे, which is true, but in a bad way. Like it was
like
not.
it's not that I'm saying कि I know that people in school मतलब must be going through a lot of जैसे मेरा तो ये वाला issue था, but I know कि बहुत लोगों के different issues होते हैं school में, but I'm just sharing this because I know that there are a lot of people, there are a lot of young girls who follow me, and I just want to tell you all कि ऐसा नहीं है कि you know कोई तुम्हें अगर ऐसे साइडलाइन कर रहा है अगर तुम्हारे क्लास में, या यू नो अगर ऐसा इफ यू आर गोइंग
bully कर रहा है just because you're pretty.
या और मे बी इफ यू आर लाइक यू नो कोई भी बॉडी शेम कर रहा है, जो भी मतलब वट एवर इट इज, आई जस्ट वॉन्ट टू लेट यू गाइज नो दैट यू गाइज आर नॉट अलोन, एंड होता है ऐसा, सबके साथ होता है बेसिकली, एंड जस्ट दैट यू नो
It's important to hang out with the right people.
yeah, exactly, and you cannot trust everyone, and you know yeah.
You know what was the worst thing in my school days? The teachers.
Oh,
Like my friends
I
were
think
really
we were from
good.
the same school. I think yeah, I mean we were from the same
Yeah,
school.
but then
so I think
teachers-
teachers का वैसा ही mentality.
I remember. Okay, so there's a very short story. So I remember this thing कि मैं school में थी and we had like different clothing style, right? It was not like usual. I always had different style back then also. So मैं नजर में बहुत
I remember
आती
that
थी.
you used to have like your own thing, like your own style. Kinjal was very stylish.
अभी तो मेरी शक्ल एकदम थके जैसी हो गई है, but I'm so happy with right now that I don't give a I don't care कि मैं कहाँ पर हूँ अभी और कैसी दिख रही हूँ. I'm sure मैं बहुत थकी हुई दिख रही हूँ, but I think I'm comfortable,
Okay,
you
yeah,
know,
with-
with not always looking. So in school time I was again like different. So there was this one ma'am, I won't take name, but you know who I'm talking about.
Can you just whisper her name, like? Okay.
Oh. Yeah, so it was this ma'am, okay, and you know I told you the name. So what she used to do is she would like मेरे को सामने face to face में इंसल्ट करती थी कि what are you wearing, go change. जब हम trips पे जाते थे स्कूल की तरफ से, so what are you wearing, just go and change, okay, and सबके सामने बोलेंगे, ऐसा भी नहीं कि अलग से आके बोल दे कि किंजल please don't wear this. नहीं. और the worst part was कि वो दूसरों के क्लास में जाएगी, especially seniors, and she would be like कि you know there's this girl in this class and she is so shameful, she would wear anything, and I got to know this from other class, and मैं घर आके रोई थी. मैं घर आके मम्मा के पास जाके बोली थी कि मम्मा इतना like what did I do, what is wrong with me? I was self-doubting so much just because I was different, just because I wore clothes differently and I had my own. It was so bad, it was like really bad. And but now tell me, मुझे ऐसा लगता है ठीक है कि on Instagram people might get like those who are pretty, who like जिनको ऐसा लगता है ना they might be pretty, so they get much more attention. What do you think?
See, again, it's not like I wouldn't deny that being pretty is a privilege, but it's not always the thing. Like, you know, you cannot say that I'm famous on Instagram just because I'm pretty, because I know a lot of girls out there who are way, way, way more prettier than me, and but who don't have much followers on Instagram, because uh, Instagram is not just about looking pretty, because there are girls out there again who are not conventionally pretty, but their content is so good.
I know.
And like ऐसा जैसे conventionally pretty in the sense जो society
I
जो
know,
term
I know.
करती है,
I got it.
Yeah. So and like, but their content is so good, their creativity is so good, and because of
Yeah.
that, and they're so famous because of all of
Because
those
of-
aspects.
Because
yeah.
of what they bring.
On the table, yeah. But so with me, I would say being pretty is a privilege, but of course your consistency, your
Yeah.
content, what you're bringing
And
on
I've
the
seen
table,
you improve
and
so much.
Thank
Like
you.
I've seen her improve a lot. Like earlier it was just content, but now she thinks about it, like how to
yeah, like I'm
use
putting
it.
efforts,
Yeah.
and making my content better,
Better.
day by day. Yeah.
Okay. So before we move on to the next thing, I really want to get you something. I'm really excited. So there is this one girl, Anushka. It's her small business, and बहुत cute है यार, बहुत cute है. इसका wait, I'll show you. So I have a gift for you. Okay, and
Okay.
she made it by herself. Okay, it's really cute. एक मैंने अपने लिए भी लिया है, एक तुम्हारे लिए भी है. So this is like a moon bracelet.
You
If you
know,
could
I
see.
really like moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I knew this.
No, but
So-
genuinely, I really like.
So here there is your initial, which is P,
Oh,
and here is my initials, which is K.
such a cute.
So you'll remember this podcast because you're
Yes.
gonna wear this.
And this is like my first podcast ever. Like, ये मेरा
Yeah,
first
same.
time है कि I'm talking.
Now we're not virgins anymore for podcasts.
But like,
Yeah.
I'm so happy because I know that you wanted to do this from a really long time.
I do.
So.
And you know what? She insisted on sending this to
Yeah.
me. She was in the hospital and she just managed to send me this, and I'm really proud of you for everything you have been doing. So the name for this brand is Match My Mood, and मैं पूरा इसका handle डालूंगी. So please go follow her and support her. She got really pretty lip gloss and
It's so cute, na?
बहुत cute यार. ये this we are going to wear it after the
Yeah.
podcast, okay? And we'll send you like pictures post करते हैं, and it's really
Post on
cute.
Instagram.
इस पे P लिखा है and इस पे K. So thank you. So if you want to give somebody, please go check her out. She's really sweet.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sending me all these blushes and like lip gloss. काफी cute
यार
है.
कितना अच्छा है. Like
हाँ.
the detailing in this. I don't know if people can see.
बहुत
Oh my
cute
God.
है. I'll put up stories later on.
Hmm.
तो मुझे एक बात बताओ कि now that if you look back and what you would want to say to them about being pretty privileged?
I think अब तो जो हो गया वो हो गया, but like to all the people out there, because I know a lot of teenagers
हाँ.
and young audience follow me.
Yeah.
So I just want to put it out there कि यार just because somebody is pretty, maybe in your class or your college, just don't hate on them because they are pretty, because you don't know
Conventional pretty,
yeah,
like-
yeah.
Because you think they are prettier or something.
So you should not actually bash somebody for that, because I know what I went through and how badly it affected me. So yeah, just don't hate somebody on that thing. Yeah, it is actually very bad to do that to somebody.
क्योंकि समझ ही नहीं आता ना कि भाई किया क्या है
हाँ,
मैंने.
exactly. And
It's almost like imagine you're a topper and people are hating on you to be a topper.
yeah, exactly. And just that कि मतलब मुझे अब फर्क नहीं पड़ता, because now I
Obviously.
have developed a thick skin, and मुझे ऑफलाइन इतना हेट मिला था, तो अब जब मुझे अगर ऑनलाइन कुछ हेट मिलता भी है ना, तो मुझे फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, because वो टाइम पे मुझे इतना हेट मिल चुका है
बचपन में वो भी.
या इन माई टीन एज बेसिकली. वो ग्रोइंग ईयर्स होते हैं जब लोगों को कॉन्फिडेंस गेन करते हैं लोग, एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट, एंड पीपल यूज्ड टू जस्ट पुट मी डाउन एंड डाउन. But it's fine.
That was bad, but I'm really proud of you for everything you have
Thank
you know
you.
went through, and
Thank you so much.
and we can understand like because of the past. But ठीक है, अब हो गया, so just make sure कि try करो कि just because you're like pretty. And if also on Instagram अगर ऐसा होता है ना कि तुम बहुत सारी actually सुंदर लड़कियों को ना ये बहुत comment मिलता है कि bro you're just pretty, that's the reason you're here.
Yeah, that is so bad.
Yeah, so even if you feel that way, just keep it to yourself.
Yeah,
okay,
and like करने दो यार सामने वाले इंसान को जो करना है.
wait, so that was one thing. So okay, this is almost the end, and what do you think?
But
How
you
did
know,
you feel?
I actually felt very nice because for the first time I'm talking about something. For a lot of people this might not be a thing, you know, pretty privilege पे क्या बात कर रहे हैं, but girls who have went through all of these things know what I'm talking about. So I really like this conversation.
Yeah, that was a little different for me
Yeah.
also. And in this video, no way we are trying to say कि you know मैं बहुत सुंदर हूँ तो मेरे life में बहुत problems है.
Yeah, it's not that. It's just what I
Yeah.
went through in my school days.
Personal experiences है. So
And not I know that not a lot of people will relate to this, but again जैसा मैंने बोला कि मतलब अगर कोई 2-3 लड़कियां भी इस चीज से relate कर पाए ना, जो actually जो teenagers हैं, जो actually
Yeah.
अभी वो point पे जिस point में मैं थी, so I just want you girls to know कि you know it's fine, just don't feel sad about it if people are
Yeah.
talking shit about you because of these reasons.
right.
And I really like felt very, very nice कि you know we spoke about all these
Yes,
things
thank
today.
you so much
Thank
for-
you for having me. This is
We
like my
we had our
first
flashbacks.
podcast, huh?
We had our flashbacks.
ऐसे
Yes.
10-11 साल पुरानी
वही.
बातें. Oh God.
But I hope it was fun, and if you have something that you experienced in your childhood or something that was really bad for you, or even something you did really good and never credit for, anything you want to talk about, please DM me or anything, we'll talk about it. And what do you think, what should be my next, like who should we like invite, next person?
If you ask me in creators,
Yeah, like let's just say
Uh,
creators, like
I would say Jinal Jain and
I love Jinal Jain. Yeah, she's so
Yeah.
sweet. Yeah, I have been to her place and we've like I had her clothes
I
also.
really like her fashion sense.
भाई वो इतनी मेहनत
And
करती है
her
बंदी.
edits. Oh wow.
अरे हाँ, and भाई वो बहुत मेहनत करती
I've
है.
seen that. And then I also really like Viraj Desai and his content.
Yeah, like he is also very
Influencers,
creative.
yeah.
I love it. Like मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि मैंने अगर men fashion में मैंने जब देखना
Street
शुरू किया.
style and-
Yeah, I think he's the first guy I started watching
mhm,
reels for.
mhm.
But yeah, I hope they come. Like I'll try to talk to them, but
Yeah.
I'll also put up like a lot of confessions and stories about people. So
I'm so excited for your next podcast.
Thank you. So
An
please,
upcoming podcast.
yes,
Yeah.
please subscribe me and follow and
Yeah.
hit the bell icon. Everything you guys know what to do. I don't want to say it.
Thank you for having me, Kinjal.
Bye. It was hard to open up, but thanks.